How's it going, guys? Welcome back to this channel. In this video, I want to break down why I feel French rugby is so underrated and that people don't appreciate it enough, right? So I want to go through everything from the youth to the current to their potential future and the 2027 World Cup. So make sure to stay tuned for that. But let's break it down. First up, France have such a just an array of talent over the past couple of years. They've been developing a system that's really helped benefit them. They've had the top 14. They have their Pro Division 2 that is building up youth prospects. We've seen the likes of Biel Biarré come through the ranks. That has just been absolutely tearing up shop. In Tamac, Antoine Dupont. These are elite level players that 10, 15 years ago, France never had this kind of elite level talent throughout the squad. Yes, they had good players here and there, but they didn't have this kind of consistency throughout the entire squad. And I feel that there is a reason why. And it starts from grassroots rugby. You look at teams like Bordeaux, who they have ridiculous fans. They flock to the stadiums. Even Division 2 sides, they have so much revenue coming through the clubs because the fan base is immense. People are paying money to go watch their second division team play at an elite level rugby as well, and then still having that possibility of being promoted into the top 14 and then playing up against the likes of your Toulouse, Stade Francais, Toulon, Bordeaux, the list goes on. So they start at grassroots level. The French are very, very, very passionate when it comes to rugby, right? They put a lot of effort. They have the culture to really build around that system. And then they have the infrastructure to allow that system to grow. We've seen the likes of, your Damien Penaud, even your more older players like your Maxime Lucu, who is shining, right? Obviously, we saw the likes of Antoine Dupont get injured. Maxime Lucu, he filled in his place and everybody was worrying, oh no, what are we going to do? Dupont's injured. Guess who filled his space? Elite level talent throughout. We look at we look at some of the youth prospects that are coming through the ranks. So you have Nolan Lagarec, we have Pasolo Tuilagi, we have Emilien Gaetan, Leo Barre, Jordan Joseph. These are elite level players that are playing at the highest level right now, proving that they are worthy of the league, worthy of the praise that they are getting, and most importantly, they are showing everybody French rugby, right? They are showing everybody French rugby, and they are soon going to potentially be filling the boots of your older players, right? Because again, you have your players like your Kroos. By then, your who's still in his early to mid 20s. Mofana, again, early to mid 20s. By the time a lot of these players start really pushing themselves, they are going to be in their mid 20s. You're going to see players like your Malvakas into their 30s, and they have that placement for growth. They have stars, potential stars that are going to replace the current stars in the future. And you look at who they currently have, right? So we break it down. So first up, Damien Penaud is breaking records left, right, and center, scoring like it's a piece of cake. Whether it's in the Six Nations, whether it's in the top 14, whether it's in the Champions Cup, the guy cannot stop scoring. He is of an elite talent. We have Charles Olivon, absolute monster. Unfortunately, he was riddled with a bit of an injury, but again, elite level talent. Thibaut Flament, Mathieu Jalibert, Tomo Ramos, quite possibly the best 15 in world rugby. Jonathan Dante, Gael Ficou, again, another player that we didn't get to see that much of in the Six Nations due to injury. We did get to see him a little bit towards the end, but an elite level player for club and country. Maxime Lucu, the guy, he's just able to play that 9 role so effortlessly. We've seen how he played in the Champions Cup. We see Bordeaux win the Champions Cup as well. And he was leading that line, leading by example. The guy is absolutely, absolutely ridiculous. And then on top of that, we add in the likes of foreign talent that's going to be coming through. Thankfully, French rugby have the finances to be able to do it. They don't rely on it, but they have the ability to bring in elite level talent from other nations to just help bolster what they have. So not only do you have brilliant facilities, you have brilliant income, you have elite level talent, you are now bringing in other elite level talent as well. That's just helping nurture your youth, that's helping improve your current stable of players, and help bringing notoriety to the league as well, to French rugby on top of that. And I mean, Jacques Willis, the guy's been the guy's been adopted by the French, and he's playing phenomenally well. Unfortunately, the only reason Jack Willis was able to potentially join Toulouse is because of the crash in the Premiership, where the Wasps and all of these other clubs and eventually ended up, struggling and dissolving. I can't remember. I think, yeah, I'm pretty certain he was through. I'm pretty certain he was through the Wasps, and it was because of them dissolving that he signed for Toulouse. What a win for them, right? But honestly, that foreign talent is just it's just to bolster everything else. It just helps them immensely, and it's just going to continue on improving and improving, and we're going to see higher levels of talent come through, because not only does French rugby offer elite level rugby, it offers elite level pay, right? The lifestyle in France is at certain points far superior than that of the English. House prices are superior than England. Even the lifestyle of living with children, having a family there, at points it is better depending on where you go, right? So it's different, right? And then we look at French rugby, we look at their identity, we look at how they play. I don't know. Fabien Galtier, he set out a system, he set out a precedent as to how they're going to play rugby, what they are going to do, and what they are looking to achieve. Right. This is why France are not playing all of their players in the New Zealand tour, because they are resting their players for other things, right? And there is a bit of back and forth in relation to that, because it does seem like a little bit of a kick in the teeth to New Zealand, but there is method to Galtier's madness. Trust me, there is method to his madness. He has introduced this tactical intelligence, this identity. He's got that little bit of flair, that structure, that aggressiveness. Their set piece dominance, them using Thomas Ramos's kicking ability to their advantage, and not only that, the way they're able to shift players. I am still a little bit like on edge about Antoine Dupont, because at points they seem very, very reliant on him, and I think Maxime Lucu has really dealt like a big blow to that mindset from the Six Nations, right? I think they can kind of understand, look, Antoine Dupont doesn't need to play every minute of every game. He doesn't need to be shifted from a 9 to a 10, or a 10 to a 15, or a 10 to, 9 to a 12, 13. If they had their way, they'd probably even play him as an 8, So he doesn't need to play every single minute of every game, because they do have talent. And it does feel like sometimes France, they kind of play on that. But I feel sometimes he does deserve a rest. He does deserve a rest. But, Galtier he's adapting a system. He's bringing in a lot of youth into the squad, a lot of rotation. Where I think his name is Echegaray, who, the guy's a speed demon. And again, we saw him play for France in the Six Nations. He played brilliantly whenever he was on, in place of Damien Penaud. But I don't know. He's implementing this very smart and adaptable style. They have a lot of players that can play in multiple positions and a lot of youth that are playing at an elite level. I mean, we saw Giard essentially keep Meafou out of the starting lineup. Yes, Meafou did pick up a little bit of a knock, but Meafou ended up being on the bench. Giard was starting those back in games of the Six Nations, and well deserved. He played absolutely brilliantly, right? So Galtier, he's on that Rassi level, he's on that, like, guy is like low key genius when it comes to this. So I think he is setting France up for a long term future. We look at post World Cup progress. I mean, obviously we saw the heartbreak in 2023. I'm not going to say I'm upset about it, but France have really taken everything in. They have shown growth. They've shown development. They've had some good performances in the Six Nations. They just won the Six Nations as well earlier this year. Their preparation for the tours are on a different mindset level, as we saw with New Zealand. They are playing differently. They are thinking differently to a lot of other teams, and we can see the benefits of how they are playing. So they are doing very, very well. And if they keep improving like this, I truly, truly do feel that France are going to be serious contenders for the 2027 World Cup, because they are improving far quicker than anybody else right now. And this is me as a Springbok. And I think the Springboks will still be favorites for the 2027 World Cup. And in my heart, I do feel that the Springboks will go and win a third successive World Cup. But France are developing faster than anybody else in World Rugby. So, yeah, in my mind, I'm seeing a France South Africa final, right? But it comes down to A, the tournament, B, if they're able to keep everybody fit, and C, preparation. The first two, we have. Well, I say that. It's going to come down to injuries. So, yeah, brilliant. I mean, we look at where they are going. France are improving steadily throughout. I truly do feel that they're going to be peaking at that right moment. They're going to have players like BLBA. He's going to be around 24, 25 years old. He's going to be killing it. He's already killing it. He's going to be faster. He's going to be stronger. He's going to be quicker. He's going to be more intelligent. He's going to be a real scary player. We're going to see players like Mofana, just faster, better ball carrier, more intelligent. We're going to be seeing Leo Barré. Leo Barré is just like, how didn't he get more time in France? But like I say, Galtier, there's method to his madness, right? They are going to have so much elite level talent at perfect, ripe ages, where you just have that brilliant amount of youth, you have that brilliant amount of experience, and just shoving everything together. All of these players are going to be having played with each other from under 20s, or breaking out and playing brilliantly, but they are all going to have many years of playing together to build on to that 2027 World Cup. And like I say, the amount of elite level talent they have in their early 20s, by the time it comes to the next World Cup, they are going to be primed and redlined. I feel that they are going to be peaking at just the right time. You look at a lot of their elite level players right now. Look at their ages. And tell me I'm wrong with that. But yeah, not only do you have club rugby feeding into the international rugby, we have a lot of youth rugby that is being well funded, that is then funneling into Division 2, from Division 2 into the top 14, from top 14 into French rugby, creating elite level stars that is just going to help them progress. So that long-term system that France have been putting in place, it's going to be paying off. It's going to be showing dividends, and they are going to be flying. So my final thoughts on this. I know some people, they don't like French rugby, France, there's been all this back and forth, but I feel French rugby is underrated. A lot of people don't rate France. They still need to understand what France have to offer. The rugby that they are playing, top 14, is, in my opinion, the hardest league in rugby. And they they deserve to be seen as a top tier team. France, in my opinion, are soon going to be fighting for that number 1 and number 2 spot with the likes of New Zealand and France. They're already there, but I feel they are just outside of that cusp of, that upper echelon where normally you see where you normally see South Africa and New Zealand. I think they are going to be pushing up there to be in that conversation between South Africa, New Zealand, Ireland, and France. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how things play out over the next couple of years. But I feel France are the most underrated rugby team in the world right now. I don't feel there's another team that is so looked down upon than what it is the French. And they are going to be serious contenders. I don't care who you are talking about. South Africa have ridiculous players. New Zealand, ridiculous players. The Wallabies and them lot, they further down the line, they've kind of just fallen off over the past couple of years. But you're looking at that top 4, you cannot tell me France are not making leaps and bounds in terms of progression. Everybody has elite level talent coming through their ranks. But France, it just seems like they have star after star after star. And I'll give you 2 names. Bielbiaré, Damien Penaud. Watch them. Really watch them. Look at what they are doing at their ages. Damien Penaud is 26. Bielbiaré is 21. They are getting double digits in terms of tries. Just a thought. But let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm wrong. I want to hear what you guys think. Who do you feel is the most underrated team in world rugby? And I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. So let me know, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.